Hello. Hi, Aquarius. This is your love catch-all with High Moon Tarot. If you're new here, welcome. I'm going to use Radiant Rider-Waite. And this is a 9-card spread. It's going to go deep. I'm going to get real nosy into whoever you're thinking about. I like to clear all my cards, put them all upright, cleanse them with my Tibetan bells and white sage before I do each and every sign. You don't need to do that. A lot of readers have amazing readings and they don't do that. It's just something I like to do. This first card is going to reveal the pull. What pulls them towards you in June? One more. We're going to do one more here. Okay, I lied. We're doing 2 more. Okay. Let me shuffle happy. All right. Yeah, the pull. This is what they're drawn towards you in June. This is what draws them towards you. Let's see. Okay, we got King of Pentacles reversed for our first card. For our second card, this is their unedited feelings. This is really how they feel before they edit themselves, before they show you what they feel they should show you, before they show you what's the right thing to show you, before they put on their mask. We have 3 of Wands upright. The third card is intention. This is what they want out of the relationship. Not whether it'll last, not whether it's healthy, just want. Seven of Wands reversed. Okay, this next card, card number 4, this is the resistance. This is what blocks them from fully showing up or slows it down from fully showing up. Whether it's their feelings, their ego, their confidence, or something external like children, family, kids. I already said kids. Or whether it's work. This is the resistance. The Fool. Upright. Okay. Now the next card is going to reveal what's happening off camera. This is the blind spot. This is what you don't see that's still affecting the situation. This might be completely unintentional. It doesn't have to be something that's being schemed behind the scenes or anything like that. It's just what you're not seeing yet. What doesn't Aquarius see in their relationship with the person they're thinking about? What's the blind spot? Seven of Pentacles reversed. Okay, now we get into the juicy part, the alignment check. This first card, card 6, this is how they show up when it's easy, when there's no pressure, when everyone's getting along, when everything's wonderful, everyone's on the same page. This is how this person shows up. Okay, this card really wants to be shown. The Knight of Pentacles reversed. Okay. Let's see how the pattern continues. This next card is how this person shows up when it counts, when it matters to you, when there's work to be put in, or there's pressure on the relationship, or maybe there's loyalty tests, or maybe your ex is around, maybe their ex is around. It's when things aren't so fun. How does this person show up when it counts? We have the Three of Pentacles reversed. The next card is going to reveal their next move. This is their next move in June. Show me Aquarius's person's next move for June. We have the Queen of Cups reversed. And the last card is all about you. Brings it all back to you. This is your power move. What keeps you in your integrity. What keeps you in your power. What helps you move forward with clarity. What's Aquarius's power move in June? King of Wands, upright. Okay, stick with me, Aquarius. We're gonna take a deeper look at your cards. I'm gonna change the camera angle so you can see them too. And then I'm gonna pull a rune at the end, giving you the final word. Okay, Aquarius, let's take a deeper look into your cards here. So, for the first placement, this is the pull. Now this shows what draws a person towards you, what activates their attention, and what they're responding to in your energy. It's not automatically love, and it's not automatically healthy. It shows the part of you that they're drawn to. Because this is a king, this is about maturity, power, responsibility, authority. It can be about control or status and the role someone's playing in the connection. This has nothing to do with gender, and it's the energy that the card embodies. Because it's pentacles, the pull is connected to real world security. Pentacles speak to stability, money, the body, work, status, commitment. This can be your standards, your independence. They might be drawn to your body, your loyalty, your success, your work ethic, your resources, your comfort, your social position, or the way you seem solid in the real world. This person may be pulled toward the value they think you hold. Because the king is reversed, the response to that may not come out cleanly or healthy. The pull may be distorted by insecurity, control, jealousy, status, possession, or wanting access to what you bring, or wanting the benefits of your energy without fully respecting you as a person. They are pulled toward what you represent in the world. Security, status, stability, physical presence, loyalty, comfort, something they want access to. This can be attraction, but it can also be comparison, admiration, but also jealousy, or desire, but also possessiveness. Wanting to be close to you, but also wanting access to what you have or bring, or the people around you. They see your worth, but the reversed side is bringing to light the fact that are they respecting that worth or reacting to it through insecurity or control or self-interest or the need to feel like they have the upper hand in some way. With the King of Pentacles reversed, the pull is real, but it may have a possessive, insecure, materialistic, or self-interested edge that isn't fully clean. They might want to be connected to you because they want to be in your circle or want to get access to your job or want to get in where you're in. Or okay. That's the pull. Let's move into unedited feelings here. This placement shows the emotional undercurrent before they clean it up, before they explain it away. This is what is sitting underneath the surface emotionally. And Aquarius, you have the Three of Wands. Wands are not just soft emotion. Wands bring desire, heat, excitement, anticipation, ego. They bring attraction and emotional charge. This is where the feeling has fire in it. Because this is a 3, there's a sense of something beginning to form. This is not just the first spark. This is not just private feeling sitting there. It's where the energy starts to take shape or look outward and move toward growth, direction, or possibility. So the 3 of Wands, their feelings are looking forward. This person may feel like there's more ahead between you. There's anticipation here. There's interest. There's a sense of emotional expansion, like the connection has room to grow into something bigger and better than where you are right now. This is desire with the future attached and expectation. Their feelings are not only to the present moment, they're reaching towards what this could become and thinking like that. They're looking off into the distance here. 3 of Wands can show feelings that are growing and deepening. This might be something that started to take root. There's a sense of progress, development, and wanting to see where the connection goes. This can also bring in distance and travel and future plans, or the desire to spend more time together. It does not have to mean literal travel for everyone, but it can show their feelings moving beyond the current situation. They may be thinking about what comes next, what could be explored, what could be shared, or what direction the connection could take. There's also confidence. There's confidence in this card. The 3 of Wands is correlated with the Sun in Aries, and the Sun is exalted in Aries. So there's a strong solar fire here: heat, life force, will, clarity, enthusiasm, and the confidence to move towards something. Aries brings initiation and courage and forward movement. So emotionally, this person may feel more confident than they're letting on. They may feel positive about the direction of the connection, confident in the choices they're making, and hopeful that what they're waiting for can actually develop into something more or something worthwhile. This is not someone drowning in heavy feelings. It feels more alive, more expectant, and more future-facing. They may be watching for a sign from you or waiting for the timing to line up. They might be, this can look like looking for confirmation that the feelings are mutual, or that you are open to what could happen next. Underneath the surface, the feeling is there is more here. I want to see where this goes. This could grow. There's still something ahead. The 3 of Wands says their emotional undercurrent is future facing, and they may not be fully acting on it yet, but emotionally they're already looking ahead and they want to act on it. They're just planning their steps forward. Okay, from here we're going to look at what they want. This is their intentions. This placement shows what this person wants from the connection, what they're hoping for, what they're reaching for, but also the kind of energy is behind that want, the quality of it. So it shows the kind of intention that's sitting behind the desire. You have the 7 of Wands reversed. In tarot, 7s often bring pressure, challenge, resistance, competition, and the need to decide what's actually worth standing in for. In numerology, 7 brings reflection, distance, and analysis, solitude, and the need to step back so a person can understand what they're actually dealing with. Wands bring fire, and in this placement, they show the kind of spark, passion, pursuit, or courage, chemistry, validation, sexual energy, or momentum the person wants the connection to give them. But with the 7 of Wands reversed, that fire is under pressure and scattered. Upright, the 7 of Wands stands its ground. It defends its position, and it protects what matters. This card carries Mars and Leo energy. Mars brings fight and action, drive and desire. Leo brings pride and heart and courage and confidence and the need to feel chosen. Together, this is the will to fight for what the heart wants. But reversed, the warrior is tired. The courage is still there somewhere, but it's disorganized, defensive, overwhelmed, and unsure where to aim itself. What they want from this connection may be relief from always having to be on guard. They may want less pressure, less drama, less emotional combat, and feeling less like they have to defend themselves all the time or prove themselves or fight for their place. This can be genuine desire to lower their defenses, or they may want the connection to feel safe enough so that they can soften or breathe and stop bracing for the next challenge or argument. They may want the connection but not the fight that comes with it, or the drama. They may want your interest, reassurance, or devotion, but they may not be actively defending the connection themselves. This can show someone whose courage drops when things get tense. They may still want to feel chosen and wanted and fought for, but instead of standing the ground, they step back and see whether you come toward them. That doesn't automatically make things toxic. It can simply show pride, overwhelm, defensiveness, or someone who wants reassurance but doesn't know how to ask for it directly or doesn't want to be vulnerable that way. With that same Mars and Leo energy turned reverse, the pride and fire can come out sideways. Leo wants to feel chosen, Mars wants action. But reverse, instead of expressing the need directly, the person may hold back or wait or test the situation to see if you care enough to close the gap. There may also be too much going on around them. Career, daily stress, outside dynamics, kids, family, or could be emotional like pride, drama, other priorities may be scattering their focus. They may feel swamped by life's demands and unable to manage everything at once. So with the Seven of Wands reversed, what they want is a connection where they don't have to stay in battle mode. They want the pressure to come down, defenses to soften, and the connection to feel less like something they have to survive, defend, or constantly prove. They want relief from the pressure. They want more softness. They want fire and heat and warmth, but not the fight. They want connection without the conflict. And they want reassurance. All right. The next card, it brings us into resistance. This shows what interferes with clean, consistent availability in the connection. So it shows what makes it harder for this person to show up clearly, stay present, follow through, or meet the connection properly. It can be internal. It can be external, it can be practical or emotional or ego-based. And Aquarius, you have the Fool. And the Fool being a major arcana, it opens the whole major arcana journey. This is card 0. The place before anything is fully formed or defined or chosen or understood. It's the very, very beginning. So in the resistance, this is not just small hesitation. This points to a bigger pattern about freedom. Risk, uncertainty, can be new beginnings, or whether this person is willing to step out of possibility and into an actual path. 0 matters here because 0 is open. It holds potential, but it hasn't taken form yet. So there may be possibility in this connection, but not enough structure, commitment, direction, or definition around it. Maybe you've been together for years and it hasn't been named, or you're not married, or not that you have to be, but this can show up as no labels, no clear plan, no grounded agreement, or no real sense of where this is going. The Fool also carries that Uranian feeling about freedom, independence, surprise, disruption, and not wanting to follow the expected path. So this person may resist anything that feels too controlled, too predictable, or too serious, too planned, or too locked in. They may want the connection to stay light, flexible, open-ended, and free from pressure. This can show someone who comes in with excitement and curiosity, fresh energy, but drifts when the connection asks for grounding, consistency, or responsibility, or all the boring little details. So the resistance, not necessarily that they don't feel anything. The resistance is that they may not know how to bring this out of possibility and into something stable. One side of the Fool is freedom. They may want the spark, the experience, the open road, and the feeling that anything could happen. But they may resist the structure that would actually hold the connection in place. Another side is fear of missing an opportunity. They may rush in, reach out, and act on impulse because they don't want the opening to disappear. There's a name for that. What do people call it? FOMO? Fear of missing out? Yeah. This person doesn't want FOMO. And I don't think I said that correctly, but you get what I'm putting down. Another side is fear of the leap itself. They may hesitate or second guess themselves or keep things surface level because they don't want to make the wrong move, look foolish, or repeat a naive mistake. So the Fool and Resistance can swing between two extremes, moving too freely without a plan or hesitating because the unknown feels too risky. I almost feel like it's more moving freely without a plan because the Fool is upright. Either way, the pattern can become inconsistent. They may move toward you when the energy feels exciting, then pull back when it requires maturity, direction, or follow through. So with the Fool and the Resistance, there's potential, but the resistance is structure. They may want the beginning, the spark, the open road, but not the weight of what comes after, or the work it involves. From here, we move into the blind spot. This placement is different from the others because it's the one card in the reading that can come from either side. Both people or the connection itself. Most of the spread has a clear direction. Some placements are read through their side of the correction, what pulls them in, what they feel, what they want, what creates resistance. Or other placements are focused on you, like your power move, but the blind spot's more open. So this is what's not fully come into view yet, but still affecting how the connection's playing out. It can be something hidden, avoided, underestimated, or not fully accounted for. This isn't automatically negative either. It can point to a hidden problem, but it can also point to hidden potential, hidden value, or genuine care, effort, growth, or an opportunity that hasn't been realized or picked up on, or is being underestimated or taken for granted. It may be something there both people are missing, or it may be something created by that dynamic between you, the timing, the chemistry, the pattern, the energy that comes in when you guys are together. Aquarius, in the blind spot, you have the Seven of Pentacles reversed. Because this is Pentacles, the unseen factor is connected to real life. Effort, time, patience, the body, investment, stability, money, work, whether something's actually being built in a grounded way. Pentacles reveal what's being tended, what's being invested in, and what's being sustained. And the Seven adds the energy of assessment. This is the point where someone starts looking at the investment and asking, is this worth it? Is it growing? Is this going anywhere? Am I going to get something back from this? So the Seven of Pentacles reversed in the blind spot. One unseen factor is doubt around the investment. Someone may be questioning whether the time, effort, patience, or waiting is still worth it. Patience may be wearing thin. This can be quiet thought. How long am I supposed to wait? Why am I still putting effort into this? Is anything actually changing? Is this growing, or am I just here hoping it will? But because this is the blind spot, this doubt may not be fully admitted yet. Someone may still be present and still watching, still waiting, or still hoping, but underneath that, confidence in the outcome is starting to thin. Procrastination is another layer here. Something may need the next stage, but something's delaying it, avoiding it, or not moving it forward. The connection may need more effort, more clarity, more consistency, or a real world step. But that step keeps getting postponed or avoided or left for later. So the blind spot might be stalled development. The connection may not be dead, but it may not be actively progressing either. Something needs to be resumed, repaired, tended, or moved into the next phase. With this card reversed, there can be a shift point. Someone may need to put effort back in, or someone may be quietly considering whether it's time to move on, leave the current situation, or invest their energy somewhere else. This doesn't mean automatically that the connection's over, but it does mean someone may be reaching a point where they're looking at a return and wondering if the investment still makes sense. There's also a very practical relationship angle with this card. Because this is Pentacles, the blind spot can involve money or work, income, spending or time, or real life capacity. I guess it could be spending time waiting. Money can be a pressure point in the connection. One person may be working all the time and have no time or energy left for the relationship. Someone may be unemployed or under financial stress, and that might be causing strain. One person might be carrying more of the burden. There may be overspending, restricted money, resentment around resources, or different values around work, spending, stability, and responsibility. This card can show that the relationship issue is not only emotional. There may be practical stress underneath it. Someone's work life, money situation, spending habits, income, or lack of stability may be quietly affecting how available they are, how secure the connection feels, or how much energy they can actually give. Astrology gives another layer. The Seven of Pentacles is correlated to Saturn and Taurus. Taurus wants stability and value, comfort and security and loyalty and something real. And Saturn brings time, pressure, delay, responsibility, patience, and earned results. So together, the reward doesn't come instantly. Stability has to be earned. The harvest comes through consistent effort and patience. But reverse, that lesson can become uncomfortable. Someone may want the result without the patience, or may be tired of waiting for a reward that still hasn't shown up. So the blind spots, not only is this failing, the deeper question is this being properly invested in? Because there's multiple layers to this card, the Seven of Pentacles can point to wasted effort, but it can also point to hidden value being underestimated. Someone may be looking at slow growth and assuming failure, or they may not realize that something still has value because it hasn't produced results quickly enough. So this card can go two ways. Someone may be overinvesting in something that's not giving enough back, or someone may be underestimating something that still has potential if it actually was nurtured. Seven of Pentacles reversed in the blind spots. The missing context is the relationship between effort and return. Potential is not enough. Potential has to be tended. And if the effort stops, the connection doesn't develop. And if the effort is real and the value is still there, slow growth should not be mistaken for failure. And our next placement, this is the alignment check. So we're going to look at how this person shows up in two different conditions. When it's easy and when it counts. Because attraction and feelings and intentions are one thing, but alignment is about whether someone can meet the connection in real life. Not only when the energy feels good, but when maturity and consistency and responsibility and follow-through are required. So for when it's easy, Aquarius, you have the Knight of Pentacles reversed. Because it's the Knight, we're looking at action, movement, effort, pursuit, consistency, and follow-through. It has nothing to do with gender. The Knight is an energy. It shows how someone moves, how they act, how they approach the connection, and what kind of effort they bring. And because it's Pentacles, we're looking at real-life behavior. Time, effort, presence, reliability, routine, money, support, follow-through. Pentacles aren't just about what someone says or feels. Pentacles show what they actually maintain in the real world. But reverse, that steadiness can turn into stagnation. This can show stuck energy. It can be inertia, no movement, no momentum, no real progress. So when it's easy, this person can be predictable, but not necessarily progressing. They may keep the connection going in a basic way, but not really grow it. Kind of the same thing we saw here, isn't it? They may show up in familiar patterns, repeat the same behaviors, stay in the same routine, or avoid the next level of effort. This can look like laziness, complacency, hesitation, stubbornness, or no clear purpose. It can show someone who has potential to work hard, but only when the reward feels worth it to them. Or they see something they're going to get out of it. That's one side of this card. The other layer is the opposite extreme. Someone whose work, responsibilities, money stress, or career steps take up so much space that the relationship comes second. They may be working constantly, exhausted, burdened by obligations, stuck in debt, under pressure, underemployed, and trying to keep up with practical demands. Life becomes all work and no real movement in the connection. Either way, the pattern's still the same. Effort isn't being directed toward the connection. When it's easy, this person may stay in their comfort zone. They may keep doing what is familiar. They may not respond well to being pushed, directed, or asked to change pace. They can become stuck in the routine, stuck in responsibility, stuck in complacency, and they may hold back effort until they feel sure there's something in it for them. So this is not necessarily chaotic behavior, it's stagnant behavior. So the first half of your alignment check, this says their easy mode behavior is stable on the surface, but lacking real movement and real momentum. The second card is going to show whether they step up or whether the same stagnation continues when it counts. Aquarius, for when it counts, you have the Three of Pentacles reversed. Pentacles bring this into real life. This is not about what someone feels, promises, or intends. It's about what they actually do when the connection needs time, reliability, support, repair, planning, and follow through, or responsibility. The Three brings in teamwork. Three is where something starts being built through cooperation and contribution and feedback and shared effort, and both people are bringing something to the table. So with the Three of Pentacles reversed, the issue is shared effort again. Just bringing that up a few times here. So when it counts, this person doesn't contribute enough. They may not cooperate, they might not listen or adjust themselves to try and help or become better or be better for you or the connection, or put any effort into improving or meeting the connection as an equal participant. They may be present, like they're around, but they're not partnered. So they come and eat supper and then they leave. They may want the connection to work, but still leave too much of the actual work on you. This can feel like one-sided effort. You're trying to build something, repair something, plan something, or hold the structure together. Well, they stay half involved or fail to pull their weight. This card can bring in mediocre effort, pettiness, weak follow-through, sloppy participation, lack of commitment, definitely not doing their best, and not learning from any feedback, or not caring enough to improve how they show up. They might expect the connection to keep functioning without actually participating in the work required to sustain it. This can look like becoming defensive when corrected, or dismissing what you contribute, and then avoiding any kind of accountability. They may leave you fixing what's been mishandled, or one person doing the real work while the other person does not fully engage. The Three of Pentacles is connected to Mars and Capricorn. And that matters because Mars is action, drive, effort, and will. And Capricorn is structure and discipline and responsibility and maturity and building something that lasts. So this card should be about putting effort into structure and building something stronger over time. But because the card's reversed, that building energy is not being used properly, if at all. The effort's uneven, the structure's weak, the responsibility falls in the wrong place, or in one place when it should be shared. There might be burnout or lack of confidence, fear of taking things to the next level, or feeling overwhelmed of what growth requires. But that doesn't erase the behavior. The behavior is still limited contribution. weak teamwork, poor follow through, or not showing up as a real partner when the connection needs shared effort, especially when it counts. This card can also point to repeating old patterns. The same lessons come back because the person's not learned how to build it differently. They may bring old relationship habits into the connection, recreate familiar problems, or keep getting the same outcome because they're not examining their own behavior. There can also be practical instability around this card: poor planning, inconsistent income, erratic spending, destructive habits, lack of resources, or not enough foundation to build a stable life. So when it counts, the issue is contribution. This person doesn't give enough to the structure, and they don't help build it properly. They don't fully participate in the work, what would make the connection stronger. Their real point here is presence without partnership. They may be around, but when the connection needs cooperation, responsibility, growth, or real effort, they're not building with you. So when it's easy, they show up as the Knight of Pentacles reversed. Gives the bare minimum. Minimal initiative, repeated patterns, laziness, complacency, and effort that only happens when there's something in it for them. And when it counts, they show up as the Three of Pentacles reversed. So this gives weak contribution under real life pressure, poor teamwork, uneven effort, lack of cooperation, not listening, not improving, and leaving too much of the work on someone else and not even caring to make a difference. So the alignment here is weak. Out of all the suits, Pentacles are where effort becomes real, becomes practical, turns into time and energy and money, reliability, consistency, and follow through. This is about what they actually maintain, and what they maintain is not enough. This is a repeated pattern around effort and stability, responsibility, money, work, planning, consistency, and follow through being mishandled. For some, real life is genuinely limiting what they can give. They could be overloaded, exhausted. They might be dealing with health issues, depression, burnout, unstable work, money stress, or responsibilities that are draining their capacity. But that still has to be looked at honestly. Here's the difference between someone who's struggling and still trying to contribute, and someone who's comfortable letting you carry the weight while they give very little back. These cards don't point to a strong partnership. They point to practical imbalance and a real life side of the connection is underbuilt. Money or time, effort, planning, follow through, or responsibility is not stable enough to support something solid here. This connects back to the Seven of Pentacles reversed. In the blind spot, that card already brought up doubt around the investment, time, effort, patience, waiting, money. And whether the return is worth what is being put in. It also connects back to the Fool in resistance. The Fool resisted structure and grounding and definition and responsibility. And now the Pentacle cards show the result of that. So this person just wants to do shit when it's fun and carefree and not really put in any of the work that's involved or the heavy lifting. They may be future looking, but the practical cards are not supporting it. They're under contributing and repeating patterns that keep the connection from becoming stable and leaving you with all the work. The next move, Queen of Cups reversed. So if we look, this placement looks at what they're going to do next. The action, behavior, or the emotional movement that comes from their side. So Aquarius, you have the Queen of Cups reversed, and because it's cups, the next move is emotionally driven. It shows us what they do next because of what they feel. This has nothing to do with gender. The Queen represents an energy, role, behavior, maturity level. and the way they handle emotions. So upright, the Queen of Cups can hold emotion with care, empathy, intuition, compassion, and emotional maturity. But reversed, the emotional container is unstable. Her cup's upside down, so it's spilling out all that emotion and water. Their next move comes from emotional instability, not emotional maturity. It's not saying that emotions are... So it's saying that the emotions are sideways. It's not... This card's not saying there are no emotions. It's saying that the emotions are sideways. Whether that's because of manipulation and all the negatives that come from a cup card in reverse, or because of the instability in her emotions. Reverse, the emotional presentation from this person isn't trustworthy. Someone can look sensitive and they can act caring or emotionally affected while still acting from distortion, insecurity, manipulation, or poor emotional control. So this energy might still be reflective, but when the energy is not functioning well, emotion can become distorted. This person can get lost in their own inner world, react to what they imagine is happening, or act without genuine emotional presence. They may want comfort and care, or reassurance and attention or control, but instead of communicating that directly, they play emotional games. They may withdraw, become moody, act passive-aggressive, guilt trip, sulk, go quiet, post something emotional, or hint until you respond or chase them, or expect you to know what they need without you saying, or pick up on their hints. They might act wounded or try to get emotional response or reaction from you without communicating directly. This is going cold, testing you, and creating drama to pull a reaction out of you. This can also be emotional manipulation. Not good stuff. They may act hurt to control the room. They may cry or throw a tantrum, all the while not communicate. They may make you feel responsible for emotions that they're managing themselves. This can be someone who overreacts, takes things personally, turns small things into emotional episodes, snaps or accuses, becomes suspicious, or blows up because they don't or can't regulate or control what they feel. This is not just sadness, this is emotional volatility. The feelings may be real, but the behavior is reactive, unstable, unfair, and hard to trust. This card can also point to unresolved emotional pain. Someone may be not seeing the present clearly because the past is still running the show. They may carry hurt or bitterness. This is someone who can be very jealous and envious and suspicious and create emotional distance because old wounds are still in their present life. They haven't let them go. So they may not respond to what is actually happening now. They may respond through what hurt them before. That can make their next move emotionally unfair. They can assume the worst, pull away, lash out, become cold or guarded, or treat you like you're responsible for the pain you didn't create. Suspicion can get thrown around way too easily. They may protect themselves from rejection, judgment, or betrayal before the present situation has even proven any kind of a threat. There can be a need for emotional healing here. A therapy, spiritual work, forgiveness, support, or deeper emotional honesty may be needed. Because this card can show someone who's not fully healed from whatever is in their past. But that doesn't erase the behavior. This can also show emotional strain in the family. Old emotional conditioning or past relationship patterns affecting how they move next. So abuse might have come, they might have been abused as a kid and then they're just following the chain. Someone's got to break the chain. The unity between emotion and action is weak. So they either get lost in their own emotional world or they act without genuine emotional presence. They look caring one moment and disconnected the next. They want comfort, but they don't offer any care. They want understanding, but don't communicate honestly or ever show you any grace or understanding. They may want emotional safety, but behave in ways that make the connection feel unsafe. And after all those pentacle cards, this matters. The reading's already shown weak real life effort, weak contribution, poor follow through, and practical instability. Now when the emotion finally comes in the behavior, it's reversed and distorted. This is someone whose next move may be emotional but not stable enough to trust as real repair or healing. They may feel something very deeply, but the way they handle it's messy, indirect, reactive, suspicious, bitter, withdrawn, or unfair. Their next move comes through unresolved emotion. Yikes. Your power move. It all comes back to you. We save the best for last. Okay, so Aquarius, you have the King of Wands for your power move. So this move helps keep you in your integrity and keeps you in your power without adding to the drama, adding to the conflict. Sorry, my voice is going. I've been talking a lot today. For your power move, Aquarius, you have the King of Wands. Because this is the Wands, your power move is connected to fire, desire, courage, confidence, passion, action, impulse, and self-command. With the King of Wands, your power move is to lead your own energy. Not theirs, yours. This card is about vision and leadership and confidence and decisive action and mature fire. The King of Wands tells you to move from character and confidence and inner command here. This is a powerful call to step into confident leadership, Aquarius. Own your vision, trust your competence, take bold, decisive action. The King of Wands tells you to stop holding back from your own power. Step up to the plate, take an enthusiastic approach, and let your passion move you forward with purpose. Follow your passion, Aquarius. This card asks you to look at the bigger vision. What do you want to create? What do you want to do? Who are you becoming? Put the plan together and move toward it. The King of Wands favors action. He does not sit around waiting for someone else to define the situation. He sets the tone through confidence, direction, and mature fire. So your power move is to lead your own energy. Be direct, clear, and act like you mean it. If something needs to be said, say it from self-command. If a boundary needs to be held, hold it. If a decision needs to be made, make it from confidence. The only thing to watch is letting confidence turn into control, impulse, pride, ego, or pressure. The power move is to use your fire with direction, and this is confidence with discipline. Action with maturity. This is stepping into your own power, trusting your own instincts, igniting your passions, and going after what you want without shrinking. Your power move is to step into your own authority, trust your vision, and move like somebody who already knows what they're capable of creating. Okay. That's very cool. It's a very good power move for this reading. Okay, next we're going to move into the last layer of the reading. We're going to move into the rune here. The tarot has shown the story of the connection, and the rune is going to tell the force underneath the story, the pressure, timing, resistance, movement, ending, growth, or direction that wants to speak here. So let's see. I'm just going to close it up so you don't think I'm looking. I'll close it up a bit so I can't see them so much. I was just trying to stir them up for you. Let's go. I got one. What do we have here? We have the tear. I'm just going to bring it up to you. Can you see that? This is tear. This is integrity. This is right action. This is the god Tyr sacrificed his own hand for justice, choosing what was right even at a cost. This is about acting with integrity, doing what you know is the right thing to do, even if it's uncomfortable or costs you something. This is about having the strength and the courage to do what's right, even if it's hard to do. Okay, Aquarius, that's what I have for you.